Keith Vance. I'm a personal injury trial attorney. I've been helping folks that have been hurt through no fault of their own, but by the negligence of somebody else for over 27 years. And today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the insurance involvement in these cases. So, if you're one of our personal injury clients, then you've had health taken from you. And health is a very valuable asset. We need our health. We need our health to enjoy life, to move about comfortably, to spend time with our family, to do the things that we love to do, to be a good human being, to not go home as a grumpy person, not go home with empty batteries, not go home, without any reserves for the people that we love. We need our health. We need our health so we're not in pain, so we're not suffering, so we can move about. We don't walk with a limp. We don't walk, we walk. That's something we need and that we should be able to have. But when it's been taken from us through no fault of our own, we need compensation for that. That's the American way. That's the remedy that we have. Because think about how important health is. I mean, when you talk to your neighbor, you talk to your friends, you talk to your family, what's the first thing you ask them? You ask them how they're doing. And you're not asking about how their portfolio's doing, how their stock market investments are doing, about how popular they are. You're asking them about their health. How's your mama? How's her hip? How'd your surgery go? Do you need anything? Because we value that in our society. Our health is our most prized possession. So when it's been taken from us through no fault of our own, we make a claim. But it looks like the claim is being made against the person or the doctor or the entity, the landowner that caused the harm. It looks like, on paper, that's what it looks like. But in reality, we're making the claim against that person's insurance company, that entity's insurance company, that doctor's insurance company. We all have liability coverage. It's state law to have liability coverage on your automobile. It's mortgages require homeowners insurance. Medical facilities require malpractice insurance. Landowners have commercial general liability insurance. Employers have insurance on their employees. It's so that they don't have to bear the burden of paying for what might be taken from somebody in the way of health in the event that one of their employees or themselves or whomever, messes up. So we have insurance. We're not going after anybody individually, because if somebody doesn't have insurance, they likely don't have any assets either. And sometimes they do. And that might be an exception to the rule. But I can tell you this right now, I've never taken a case to trial where the other side wasn't being asked to pay through insurance. I've never gotten a verdict where I've put somebody into bankruptcy. That's not how we operate. There's insurance in every case. I assure you, if the case is going to trial, there's insurance on the other side to pay the damages. Some people worry about that because, you don't want to hurt somebody. You don't want to take away their home. You don't want to take away their livelihood. You don't want to make them destitute to pay you for the health taken away from you and the consequential damages. We won't do that. If there's not insurance, we're probably not pursuing the case. Now, what about your insurance? Because sometimes there's only a limited amount of insurance that somebody has to pay for the health that they've taken from you, through their negligence. You may have insurance. You may have what's called underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage. You may have some coverage that protects you from the fact that the other person doesn't have insurance. Now, when that happens, we'll make a claim against your own insurance company. And a lot of people wonder, well, isn't this going to raise my rates? No, it's not going to raise your rates. The only way that the insurance company can legitimately raise your rates is if you do something wrong. So if you cause harm to somebody else and the insurance company has to pay on your behalf, yeah, your rates are going to go up in all likelihood. But if you ask for uninsured motorist payments, well, that's a benefit you've purchased. That's like homeowners insurance. That's like if you get hail damage to your roof and you contact your homeowner's carrier and say, hey, my roof's messed up. Can you send out an appraiser to see what it would cost to fix? And they send out an appraiser and it ultimately gets fixed and the bill goes to the insurance company and the insurance company pays. There's no difference. That wasn't your fault. That just happened. And you bought coverage in case it did. Uninsured and underinsured motorists is the same. You buy coverage in case the other person doesn't have insurance or doesn't have enough insurance. And then you ask your insurance company to pay as a benefit, just like you would on a hail damaged roof. It's no different. So they're not going to raise your rates because you make a claim. And that's an important thing to think about because, you know, a lot of people will pass on making an uninsured or an underinsured motorist claim out of fear that their own insurance company is going to raise the rates or it's going to drop them or something. That's not going to happen. That's not legal. If they do something like that, we talk to the insurance commission and they get in a lot of trouble. Not to mention that they'd be in breach of contract with you. Your insurance company actually owes you a special duty. They're supposed to treat you better than they treat like the person that you might hurt. You make an underinsured or an uninsured motorist claim, they're supposed to treat you with equal regard to themselves. They're not supposed to make it adversarial. They're not supposed to force you to file a lawsuit. They're not supposed to, cherry pick medical records or cherry pick information out of medical records. They're not supposed to do any of that. They're supposed to treat you fair. They have a duty of good faith and fair dealing to you. It's a heightened duty. It's a fiduciary duty. It's a duty that they don't owe to maybe somebody that you might hurt in an act of negligence. This is your insurance company. This is the one you pay premiums to with the expectation that they pay the benefits owed. So that's the insurance component of these cases. You may have some med pay coverage as well. Med pay is an additional benefit you might buy. Medical payments is what that means. $5,000 up to $25,000 in Colorado. That is like money that goes directly to pay your medical bills, even if somebody else caused the harm, and you don't have to pay that back. This is a benefit that you buy. Using your med pay coverage will not increase your premiums either. So I hope that's been helpful. Hope that sets your mind at ease. We're not here to make your life harder in the future by having increased insurance premiums. We are here to get you justice through whatever means are available under the law, including your own insurance policy. But first, we're going to go after the other side. They're going to have insurance too. So if you have any questions, call us. We're a hands-on law firm. We want to answer your questions. We want you to be informed and understand what's going on. We're here for you. Hope that helped.